following graphs of the equations identify the domain, the range, the intercept, the interval that the graph is increasing or decreasing, and the max and min. Okay? So we're doing everything we've done already. Then we're just going to add the minimums and the intervals. Not intervals, sorry. Intercepts. Okay, so let's start with the domain and range. Remember, the domain is the x values, so left and right. How far left and right the graph goes. Okay. As this gets lower and lower, it's still going to get wider and wider. Okay. The domain for this is going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. And all parabolas, if they're facing up or down, will have that same domain. The range will change. The range, we're going to start with how low can this go? How low will this graph go? Negative infinity. The highest it will go is to that 2. And since it can equal that 2, we put it in brackets. Wyatt. The intercepts, we're going to look for the x-intercept. That's where it crosses the x-axis, here and here. So when x is 1, y is 0. And when x is 3, y is also 0. Okay.
She's actually shotgun. Good point.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I got that right now. Okay. Okay, the y-intercept is where it's going to cross the y-axis, and I'll do that right here. Okay, when x is 0 and y is negative 6. Any questions over that? Okay, now we're doing the intervals if the graph is increasing or decreasing. This is a newer thing that we're still struggling a bit with. As x moves from left to right, what are the y values doing? Okay. So as I move here from left to right, what are these y values doing? Are they getting bigger or are they getting smaller? Bigger. As I'm going this way, these are going to be moving up fairly quickly. So from negative infinity, at what point do they stop getting bigger? 2. Okay, and it's always the x value, not the y value of 2, but the x value of 2. At 2, we don't put a bracket here. At 2, it's neither increasing or decreasing. It's changing. Okay? questions over that? It's not, at 2 it's not increasing, it's going to change directions at 2. That's why you don't put a bracket like we do here. Any questions over that? Then decreasing. Again, as x moves from left to right, what are the y values doing? So after 2, as I move this way on my graph, what are your values doing now? They're decreasing. And they're going to decrease to positive infinity. Sorry, not negative infinity, positive infinity. And again, you don't have brackets, you have parentheses. Yes.
If it's going down in life, it's positive.
Okay, it's always the x values that you're looking at. As x is going from negative infinity,
Oh.
okay, at 2 x is going to positive infinity. So this is always written from the x perspective, x values. Any other questions? Okay. Then we need to know about the max and min. We're looking at the vertex here. Is that the highest point or the lowest point on your graph? Highest point. So it's a maximum. So it'll either have a maximum or a minimum. It will not have both. So this one has a maximum and it's at the vertex of 2, 2. Any questions over that? Morgan? Okay. Okay, as we look at this one, you kind of want to start by figuring out what this is going to look like. And somebody raise their hand and tell me what shape this should be. So raise their hand. Okay, it's not going to be linear. Yeah? Not going to travel
I
either.
got
Yes.
exponential.
Oh goodness, I love that you asked what shape.
Oh.
Huh? It's a V shape. Its absolute value is going to be the shape of a V. Absolute values have the shape of a V. All the guesses. If it's going to be a parabola, what do I need in this class?
Square.
A squared. I don't have a squared here. If it's linear, I wouldn't have those absolute value signs in it. Okay? Exponential would be like 2 to the x. X would be in the exponent. Okay? So absolute values are V shaped. So let's graph this to get an idea of what it looks like. That's the easiest way for me to really kind of identify what's happening here. Okay, I need to identify my vertex. Jasmine, what's my vertex here? Negative 4 is the y value. What about the x value? Change the sign to make it negative. Okay, just like with parabolas. Okay, you change the sign inside the absolute values. Okay, we graph where x is negative 2 and y is negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your a value is 1. So you can go up 1 and over 1. Then 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 up 1 and over 1. 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 So that's what it's going to look like. Okay, everybody write down the domain. identify the domain and the range. Let's see. Diane, what do you get for the domain? Very good. Domain is going to be left and right, so it's negative infinity to positive infinity. The range then? Diana, what's the range? How far up and down is it going? Okay, so we said negative 4 is the smallest, and it's going to go to positive infinity. Does negative 4 is the lowest you want to go? And then it only goes up. And again, it can equal to negative 4, so you put a bracket on it. Any questions over that? Robin? Okay, the next thing we need to do is the intercept. So to graph this, it might be a little bit more difficult to find the intercept. Okay, the x-intercepts are here and over here. And if I did this well, it should be 2 for x and 0 for y. And then this one is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6 for x and 0 for y. And then we need the y-intercept. That's going to cross here at 0 for x and negative 2. Any questions over that? Robin? Okay, next. We're going to do is increasing and decreasing. Everybody write down where they think it's going to be increasing and where it decreases.
I know, he doesn't.
Negative 2 to positive infinity. And again, at negative 2, it's neither increasing or decreasing, it's changing. So it doesn't have a bracket, it has a parentheses. Okay, and it's just from here, on this side of my graph, from the negative 2 to all my positive x values, it just keeps going up. The y values keep getting bigger and bigger. For decreasing, it should be then on the other side, which should be negative infinity to negative 2 in parentheses. Any questions over that? Okay, the last thing we need to worry about is the max and min. Okay, does this have a maximum or a minimum point? Minimum. Put a spacing up. So this is my vertex. Is at negative 2, negative 4, so that's my minimum value. Any questions over that? Okay, the next one. Domain. Everyone finds domain and range. Okay, Amanda, what did you get for the domain? Okay, 2 is the lowest it'll go to positive infinity. And it can equal that 2, so use the bracket. Okay, the range. Kyle, what's the range? Negative 1 to positive infinity. The lowest it goes is at negative 1 to positive infinity. Any questions over that? We're all good? Okay, then we need the intercept. Oscar, where does it cross the x-axis? Okay, it crosses right here at 3 for x and 0 for y. Okay, what's the y-intercept? Right, it doesn't ever cross here. Will it ever touch it? No, because the lowest it's going to go is negative 1, or sorry, 2 for x. So it'll never get to 0 here. So this doesn't. Yeah, okay, so you say no. Okay, increasing and decreasing. Write it down. Everyone write down when it's increasing, when it's decreasing. Where is it increasing? Okay, it starts at 2 to positive infinity. I can have a bracket on 2 because it just starts at 2. There's no change there. It wasn't decreasing and then became and then started to increase. It just started increasing from there. Does it decrease at all? No.
None.
It doesn't decrease. Okay, it's always increasing. Then we need the max and min. What's the minimum point? 2 and negative 1. Any questions over that? Okay, let's move on to the back page. I want to go over a couple of these before we go. Okay, I want you to write 2 different functions that meet the following requirements. Alex, put the cell phone away. A function that is always decreasing. Okay, the easiest way to do this is to quickly write another one.